Hello!
Hello!
It's another week of the Paranormal Pixies!
Yay!
I'm Blade.
I'm Rhonda.
And this is Coco. And back here we have Bone Daddy. He's in love with his hat, so
yeah.
He since it's close to April Fool's Day, he's still wearing it. So this week we have decided what we're going to talk about is kind of how to protect yourself. Methods of protecting your house to prevent hauntings or to help get rid of them. Mm-hmm. There are numerous methods. I actually forgot one of the things that I will get later.
Okay.
So we're going to go over some traditional methods. Easy ones. When you get a house, if you can go to your local church or priest, there are house blessings. Mm-hmm. Always a good thing to have. I have my house blessed by a Catholic priest who's the cousin of a friend of mine. And he's pretty open to a lot of stuff. Yeah. Because he just thinks I'm it. And he's seen, like my Buddhist altar, my pagan altar. He's seen the Catholic altar, because I cover it all. I'm spiritual. Mm-hmm. I don't, subscribe to one simple religion. Right. But that's an easy way. Another way, using those kind of methods, you can use holy water. And as you do so, do Psalms 23, which is the Lord's Prayer. Mm-hmm. I keep a copy of these on each floor. And when I go around and clean, I say them. I do this one, and I also do the St. Michael's Prayer. And you can look these up online. They're easy enough to come by. You've probably heard some of in the ghosts hunting shows. A lot of them will say the St. Michael's Prayer, I know they used to do it in Paranormal State.
I think so.
Yeah, and I know that I think Nick and Katrina have used it.
Probably.
So, but yeah, they're very easy to look up. It's the St. Michael's Prayer and the Lord's Prayer, which is Psalms 23. Mm-hmm. If you want to go a little bit more native, a smudge bowl with the sage.
That's what I do.
And to tell you the truth, I learned from a Native American. Mm-hmm. There are 3 ingredients if you really want to have it work the best. Yeah. You have your white sage, which essentially is a cleaner. It's like scrubbing everything down. Right. Gets everything gone. So everything is clean now. Mm-hmm. But it's not actually a barrier. Right. So what you want to do is you want to get cedar. You can do a sprig of cedar over your doorway. Mm-hmm. You can add it to the smudge stick of the sage. And what the cedar does is it says, whoa, only the positive can come in. Right. Not the negative. And then the other one is sweetgrass. Usually you can get bundles that have all 3 of these combined. Mm-hmm. If you don't, you'll get like one of the 2. You just have to find the other one. But sweetgrass is in Native American belief, it is letting the spirits know that you essentially understand them, sympathize with them. Mm-hmm. That you are like, hey, I'm a friend. Yeah. So that's what those 3 things are. Okay? And usually it's best if you use them as a combination altogether. Mm-hmm. And what we usually do, the best way to do it that I have learned is you start in the basement. Mm-hmm. Always make sure that you work your way up. And before you start, open a window on the upper floor. And what you're going to do is you're going to work in a clockwise manner throughout your house in each room, heading your way up to that final room with the window open. Mm-hmm. And you're going to kind of drive everything out through that window. Right. That is the best way to do it. So a lot of times what you'll have like the feather that helps with the smudging.
The smudging.
Yes. Usually smudge yourself. Smudge any of your little happy muffins that you might have in your house. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that's the Native American way. I kind of use a combination of everything when I do my house cleansing. Another thing, Morton's salt. I think we've discussed how salt is good.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that salt is considered a positive is because it's a pure form.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And believe it or not, this is how they paid Roman soldiers.
Yeah.
That's why you have terms like he's worth his weight in salt.
Yeah.
It was a form of compensation.
Mm-hmm.
And it is considered a barrier.
Yeah.
So if you want to sprinkle a little of this around the windows and doorways to keep things out, that works.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of do it around my property.
Yeah, I go in a circle around my entire house.
Yeah.
I use sea salt.
Yeah, I mean, you can use salt.
Yeah, you can use
this
salt.
this isn't going to hurt.
No.
So
any salt is good.
right. I mean, even if the stuff that you use for your driveway can work.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's salt.
Mm-hmm.
So you could use that. So there, how do you tend to do your house cleanings?
Well, I do the smudging,
Mm-hmm.
and I start in the basement, work my way up, and scoot everything out, and then I will go outside and smudge around the outside of my house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put down the ring of salt, and if I have any left, I offer it to the 4 directions. I also have little 2-inch round mirrors, like just
Mhm.
little craft mirrors, and I put them in. I put one in
You talk.
each.
Keep going.
I put one in a window on every side of my house, just one, facing out to reflect any negativity that might be coming at me or anything. Just have nothing elaborate, just little craft mirrors, and I put them in one window on each side of my house, and they face away. So you want the reflective side to be facing out. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my bakwa, which I used to have on my door, and I cannot find it. Where's my bakwa? Okay, never mind. I don't have the example because it's hidden from myself, apparently. But another Asian method is the bakwa. And you can buy these in any kind of, like Pier 1, what was the other one? Something Market? Market International, those kind of things.
World Market.
World Market.
World Market.
Anything like that. And what the bakwa is, as she was talking about with mirrors, the bakwa is that 8-sided symbol with like all these little Chinese markings on the 8 sections with a mirror in the center. And what this is the bakwa is their kind of protection symbol. And the mirror refracts out anything negative,
right,
like you were talking about. So I usually have a bakwa on my door, but apparently it got eaten.
Yeah.
That's okay. I can get another one.
Yeah. And another thing you can hang on your doors is just wind chimes. Little miniature wind chimes.
Mm-hmm.
You can get them at like Walgreens.
I have those all around my yard and house.
Oh yeah, I've got them on all my doors.
The bells are supposed to ward off evil, essentially. That's what it is. The chiming keeps the negative away. So anytime your wind chimes are chiming, it's protecting you. So
yeah, I heard mine the other day when I was home by myself. I was in the basement sewing, and I thought Chad had come home because the ones on my kitchen door were jingling, and I was like, "What is that?" So it was either that or the cats were playing with them.
yes,
and
remember a cat
high.
is a cat.
Yeah, but
so.
they're up pretty high, so I don't think they can reach them.
Well, and there's such a thing as this phenomena that happens occasionally called the wind.
It doesn't really do it on that side though, because it's in that corner.
Yeah, but that can sometimes have a wind tunnel effect depending on the direction.
Yeah.
But again, this is the things that we tend to use for protection and guarding the house. Now, another one that when I do my cleansings, I go through a very elaborate ritual because I pull from everything.
Yeah.
So I have holy water. I have holy oil that Father gave me when he blessed the house last time. I have my sage and sweetgrass and my cedar. Got my salt. But I also do a thing called the lesser banishing ritual of the pentacle. And comes from
the book.
It comes from this book. And essentially what it is it's calling on the names of God and the archangels that represent elements, which, like Raphael is air, Miguel is fire, Gabriel is water, and Uriel is earth.
Right.
Okay? But it's essentially using the names of God to create a huge protection circle around your property. So I do that first. And of course I do that in my basement because that's where everything starts. Always make sure that window is open. And I don't do mine once a month because
sometimes I'll do it more. It really depends
on
the weather.
Quarterly. I do it quarterly.
Yeah, it depends on the weather, and if I feel like something's getting in, like if you're having nightmares or just weird dreams.
I have the same way.
Yeah, do it again, and
yeah, but essentially what I do is I do that, and I use the holy oil. And what I do and the holy water. My house is a mess when I do this because I smudge, then I squirt, then I take it on all the windows, all of the inlets, water, toilet, anything that comes in, drains, everything.
Even the dryer vent.
Yes, all of it. Anything that's attached and anything. I will put a cross with the holy oil. And then what I do is I go through and I do all that first. Get everything gone. And every floor I recite St. Michael's Prayer and the Lord's Prayer.
Right.
And then I go back down to the beginning and I light a white candle.
Yeah. And
I always say, only light, love, health, peace, and prosperity will ever set foot in this house. And I walk around and I do the same thing I did, except I'm doing it with the candle, and I say this in every room. And I work my way up. And then as soon as I'm done, I close that window.
Yeah.
So I've cleaned it and then I've filled it. Because you can't leave a void.
Right. You don't want it empty. Like when I go around on the outside of my house with the sea salt, I always say as I'm going along, nothing can enter without my permission. Right.
Exactly. And I will do the salt around my property, and I say the same thing. Nothing negative, nothing harmful, nothing evil, can enter here, even if it tries to trick me into giving it permission.
Yeah.
And I have the archangels guard the quarters. So, but that's what I do. So
now what I do in the evenings after I go to bed, I will lay there and picture a ball of white light and just have it start from where I am in the bedroom, and then I just cover the entire house with it all the way under the ground, so the whole house is covered with this white light.
Oh yeah. I do that with my Reiki every night.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's essentially, ways that you can protect your house. Now, we haven't talked about the inhuman hauntings, but if you happen to run into something like that, then you have to go all the way, because any of these things, you will know if it's an inhuman haunt, because at that point, something like this will set it off. Things might get worse. This is what I'm saying. You have to find out what you're dealing with. I always protect it first.
Right.
And therefore, there's little chance of an inhuman haunting. Very rare. I mean, I've had it happen.
Yeah.
And I took care of it immediately. But, and it was, I mean, you remember I came home and the cats were out of the apartment, and there were claw marks on the door on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Where the cats couldn't reach it, and it was too wide. Even though one of them, his paw was this big. I mean, literally, he was part bobcat.
He was huge.
I mean, stretching it out, it was wider than my hands. The claw marks were wider than I could make.
Yeah, that was creepy.
It really was. Yeah. But it was taken care of.
Yep, we got rid of it.
But so if you do this stuff and things get worse, then you have an inhuman haunt and you need to go and you need an exorcism.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best that I can say, because you're going to need to get that thing out of there.
Yeah. Well, we're over 15 minutes.
So we're going to stop for now.
Yep. So why don't we cover that next week?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So
Great minds think alike.
exactly. So we will see you later.
Yep.
You have a wonderful time. Bone Man, he says goodbye, and Coco is wandering around licking
He's
something.
over there.
Oh, is he in his little chair?
Yeah.
He has his own special chair. So you've seen the equipment. You've heard about the prayers. You've heard about the books and the different types of systems that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Use things wisely, again.
Yep.
And have a good one. We'll see you later.
See you next time.
Bye.